Hello. Hi, family. Hey, Alexis. Y'all been chatting without me as usual. The rudeness. I will never fully heal from the rudeness. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming in. I hope everyone's enjoying their MLK and ruminating on how much work we still have to do. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I've kind of been thinking, obviously today's the day that we observe MLK's birthday, but his birthday was like a week ago, it was on the 15th. Hey, everyone. And I was just kind of thinking, we need another Martin. Like, we actually need leadership like that. And I feel like we have some good voices, but we don't have a real leader like that. But that's another conversation for another day. Hey, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Ajama. Oh my goodness, so many people coming in. How many do we have? We got 314. I was just adding like makeup and stuff to the description box because I can't be bothered to answer those questions one by one when they come up in the chat. So I always try to put that in before the live. And I saw that people had already disliked this video. It's just like, Jared's sister, is that you? Is that you, Danny California, whatever the fuck your pseudonym is? What a loser. Hi everyone. Hi Carmelita. Scotland, eh? Hotlanta. We got everyone all over the place. What is up, everyone? So this isn't super organized. I don't have like notes or anything. I just had a few topics I wanted to talk. Hey, Sade. Hey, Isabel. Actually, Isabel, now that I see you, let me make you a mod if I can actually keep up with the way this is scrolling. No. Don't go away. It's scrolling too fast, Isabel. I can't add you as a mod right now, but you should be one. I'll have to remember to do that later. Hey, everyone. So, as I was saying, a couple things before I actually start giving my thoughts on this whole Nikki tutorials revelation. First off, I want to say happy birthday to my friend Alicia, aka Kinky Sweat, here on YouTube. If you guys are familiar with Alicia, she's semi-known for being like one of the go-to resources for information on all things Pat McGrath. We're doing a mini boycott in this house of Pat McGrath, but Alicia loves Pat McGrath. So you might know her from that. You might not know her at all. But today is her birthday. I wanted to wish my friend a very happy birthday. I already texted her, but nonetheless. So if you guys are familiar with her, go ahead and wish her a happy birthday, maybe on her Instagram or just on her most recent video, which I think was her live stream that she did on Friday. So there's that. Yes, happy birthday, Kinky Sweats. I love her. My beautiful, bendy, flexy friend. Because if you guys ever look at her Instagram, the things that she is able to do with her body are incredible. Now, the big news of last week, I suppose, would be Nikki Tutorials coming out as a trans woman. Honestly, I don't want to seem like that I'm dismissive, but like it doesn't matter to me that she's trans. She's, like she said in her video, I'm me. She's who she is. She's Nikki Tutorials. She's been Nikki Tutorials all along. I know that I overheard, I haven't seen it directly because I'm just not out in these Twitter and social media streets like that, but I have heard that some people were saying that she was being dishonest by not disclosing this information earlier, but I completely disagree with that. Honestly, none of us need to know that information ever. That is hers and hers alone to disclose or to not disclose. That is completely her business. And the only other person who would need to know that information is her partner, period. But I'm happy for her that she no longer has to feel burdened by that in any way whatsoever, that she's able to be completely open and honest about who she is. You know, I don't necessarily watch her videos anymore just because I'm not really super into tutorials. And, you know, she kind of verged into makeup that wasn't really aligned with my personal interests and style when it comes to makeup. But as I said, I think in my last video, I really like Nikki Tutorials, and I always have. This doesn't matter to me. Again, I don't want to sound dismissive when I say that, but it doesn't matter. What mattered to me was the detail that this was revealed only because someone was trying to blackmail her. That troubled me and upset me very, very deeply. Me being the not internet sleuth that I am, I legit, after I watched her video, I actually Googled who was trying to blackmail Nikki Tutorials like a grandpa, in the hopes that maybe I would stumble upon like a Reddit thread or something that might have some clues as to what garbage person was trying to do this, because it really is troubling to me. But I don't really think there's too much information on that. I'm sure there's tons of speculation, but actual information, God only knows. So that really bothered me. And then my girl, as told by Kenya, who I mention at least 3 times a month, she did a video a couple days. I forgot to link that in the description box, but just search her channel, As Told by Kenya. She did a video responding to Nikki's revelation, to her coming out. And this is how I learned about this woman, Jared Blandino of Too Faced, his sister, who has popped off before. I can't remember details because I don't care about her at all, but she has had issues before where she has been completely, well, she's a maniac, let's be real. She's a crazy person, super immature, just nasty human being. Where she's gone after people because they said something not complimentary about Too Faced as a brand, and she got butthurt and took it personally, I guess. Thank you, Angelo. That's very generous. Oh, Lord. That's another conversation, Angelo. But yeah, so if you were not aware, I learned about this from Kenya, but apparently this woman, Jared's sister, Danny California, I think her first name is Lisa or whatever, but that's just like her pseudonym, which evidently I learned this from Jen Loves Reviews, who, by the way, thank you to all of the people who found me through Jen Loves Reviews. I have loved Jen Loves Reviews for years. Jen Loves Reviews, I love Jen. But she invited me to be on her live stream that she does every Sunday. So I'm going to be on her live stream next Sunday, in case you haven't heard. So make sure you guys tune in. It's going to be at 2 p.m., I believe, my time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern. So tune in so that you can see Jen and I cutting it up. But I learned from her live stream 2 days ago, yesterday, I think it was. Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. That this Jared Blandino's sister, the woman, you know, she has Danny California is like a Red Hot Chili Peppers reference, whatever. Didn't know that until I watched it on Jen's video. In any event, she had changed her Instagram bio to say something along the lines of trans, huh? That's not the only thing she's lied about. And then she had some really obnoxious emojis after, like, what is actually wrong with you? There's something really, really wrong with this woman. Like, you're a fucking maniac. You're a weirdo. Hang it up. So that paired with the issue of someone who was trying to blackmail Nikki really upset me because, as I said, I am happy for Nikki that she felt empowered enough to share this information that she really never should have had to share if she didn't want to. But I hate that the impetus for this was her being blackmailed. And I hate that there are people like Danny California, Danny Blandino, out there who essentially are just making it about them. Because when you, I mean, it's also weird to even put that as your Instagram bio. Like, what a weirdo. To do that is to just draw more attention to yourself because you're an egomaniac. It's very bizarre. This woman, apparently Jared fired her. I mean, was she ever really an employee? Because she should have been fired. But yeah, I know that this has created a lot of backlash for Too Faced. So Blandino's response was, calm down, everyone. I fired my sister. Please keep buying our products. Bitch, I fired y'all around the Rich Lives Matter situation. I haven't purchased anything Too Faced since that, and I never will. I have things that are, you know, old that predate that, and I'm going to use them up. And that's the end of Too Faced in my house. I never really cared for the brand all that much as a whole because I find that their packaging and marketing is juvenile and tacky. Always felt that way, even when I was ambivalent to positive feeling about them. But I do like some of their lip colors, like the melted formula and stuff like that. Don't like them enough to keep supporting the brand though. And this was just further confirmation. You know, I didn't need a reason to cancel Too Faced. They've been banned. Anyway, let's see what y'all are saying. Exactly, Maria. They're still bitter, I guess, because the truth came out about how bad a deal they gave Nicki in that collaboration all those years ago when they did that palette and that little kit with her where there's like I think glitter and a mascara or something. I didn't buy it. But that was a pretty big scandal for Nicki because evidently the products were trash. The palette was dry and patchy and not pigmented. I feel like Nicki took a lot of the heat for that until the truth came out years later that maybe not. I don't know how realistic it is, but whatever lab samples they'd sent Nicki were way better than what was sold to the public. Not to mention the actual amount of money they paid her was pretty insulting based on her reach and based on the sales generated from that collaboration. But I guess because once the truth, I mean, we'll never know the whole truth, let's be real. But once some of these details came out, it made Too Faced look two-faced. The Blandinos have been a bit salty about that ever since, as if it's Nicki's fault. Y'all did that. Y'all the ones who were shady. Y'all the ones who messed up. Y'all the ones who were two-faced. I don't know why they're mad at her. And Tacky doesn't begin to cover the behavior of this Blandino sister, not just in this situation, but in many others prior, which I regret to say I can't remember the details of. But I've heard of her showing up in comments under people's YouTube videos because she didn't like what they said about Too Faced products. Like, get a life. You're pathetic. You had way too much time. You need a job. But apparently you're not going to have one at Too Faced because you've been fired by your own brother. Anyway, this is going pretty fast, y'all, but there's 1,000 people here, so that makes sense. Lord have mercy. I'm trying to keep up. Yes, Queenie Bug, transgender women are women. And the only person who needs to have that information disclosed is her partner, as I said. Yeah, Midwest Candy, I do not believe for a second that he fired his sister. I'm unclear on whether she was actually an employee in the first place. You can't fire someone who's not even on the payroll. I mean, she's probably on the payroll in the sense that Jen said this in her live, that he gives her an allowance or whatever. But clearly this woman has no job because she's got too much time on her hands. If she's up in random mid to micro level influencers channels, leaving mean, nasty comments because they didn't like a Too Faced product, she needs to get a job. Yeah, I agree, Laura. I'm sure Estee Laura insisted that he get rid of her because Too Faced to me is on schedule to be the next Kat Von D, which actually segues into another thing I wanted to talk about. Kat Von D has left her own brand, in case you guys hadn't heard. I heard a little bit about this over the past couple of days, and then I got most of my information again from Jen Love's Reviews live stream yesterday. Kat Von D has divested from her own brand. Supposedly, she will not be getting any royalties or anything going forward. I'm pretty surprised at just how severe the backlash was for her being an anti-vaxxer. Vax Von D really tanked her brand with that, which I don't know. I guess I just didn't realize people were going to be that enraged by it. It really, that really took her brand down. Will they recover? Who knows? They're not going to call it Kat Von D anymore. They're calling it KVD Beauty or something like that, a la KFC. It's not Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's KFC. It's not Kat Von D. It's KVD. I don't know if that's going to save the brand, to be honest with you. I feel like it's too little too late. I think people's minds are made up. I think they waited too long to, I mean, she's acting like she's too busy. Really, Kat. Too busy? No, the problem is that everything you've launched since Vaxgate has tanked because no one wants to support your brand. No one's reviewing the brand because no one wants the smoke. So none of the big influencers are using her new products or reviewing them or anything like that. No one's using her old products. It's over, Johnny. It's over. So as I said, I think it's too little too late, but we'll see. I mean, time will tell, but I don't think that this is going to save that brand at all. I think she's done. And I think KVD, even without Kat Von D, is probably done. They need to just do a complete overhaul, and maybe like take some of those formulas and start a new brand under Kendo entirely. Because I think that brand is tainted, personally speaking. Yeah, Migdalia. Jen was saying something about how Samantha Ravindal used the Kat Von D liner in a video that she just had already. So she was trying to use it up and she got, this is how stupid people are though. People are so incapable of just having two steps of thought instead of one, that instead of being like, oh, maybe she had that already and she's just trying to use it up, they're just like, you're using Kat Von D, unsub. Bye. I had a similar thing, not with Kat Von D, but with, I did a video toward the end of last year regarding those problematic, my favorite word, palettes from the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson collab. And one of my loves DM'd me on Instagram that some lady was complaining about unfollowing me because I had nothing positive to say about her beloved Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. I don't know where these comments were going down. I don't think, it didn't look like it was from comments under my own video. It looked like they were talking on Facebook or some other forum. I don't know, girl. But one, like, I got moles, I guess. But one of my like real Nap fam like cousins, my internet cousins, as Evelyn from the internets likes to say, she's just like, just so you know, I got your back. And she was sending me screenshots of this lady who was unfollowing me because I had nothing positive to say. Nothing positive to say about her beloved Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. Bitch, bye. I mean, good riddance. I mean, I appreciate people who support me and watch my videos, but if that's actually your mode of thinking, you're not welcome here. No, ma'am. Bye-bye. Is that true, Sherry? I didn't even hear about Jaclyn Hill. Well, I mean, I don't follow Jaclyn Hill. I just tend to hear when she's got problems. Isabel, they called me a bigot because of my thoughts on the body positivity movement. Yeah, I've been getting heat on that for a while. I don't really read the comments on that video anymore. That's the superpower that we have as content creators is if people are being abusive, you don't have to read the comments. But I said what I said when it comes to that video. I retract nothing. Kiki Ray Ray is on the couch. You kind of can't see her, but she's right here. She's the little black mark. See, there she just turned her face. Her ears are up. Wow, this chat is going fast. I guess, you know, when people saw that thumbnail and title, they were like, let me get up in this. I think you guys are having your own private conversations that don't even involve me, but I'm trying to keep up. Oh, COS is my name. I will confess the abs are largely genetic. I am a max, like I'm a pear shaped to the max. So I don't really train my abs much. That's genetics. I mean, I'm happy about it. I think I've embraced being a pear, so I'm good with it now. But yeah, I'm definitely bottom heavy. Thank you, R. Lucas. Yeah, this is just a one shadow look. It's a cream shadow by Danessa Myricks. Her 24-hour vision I forget what it's called. It's in the description box. And then I just put like highlighter on the inner corners because it was quite dark and I needed to brighten it up a bit. But thank you. Yeah, I love a one shadow look. I feel like they're so underrated. It's nice to kind of do more technical and involved looks sometimes, but sometimes just one and done, you know? I don't know. That's kind of my style though. I tend to do one shadow looks the most because I just love that statement of like, this is the color. That's it. Yeah, Jennifer, I love Danessa too. I've been following her on Instagram for quite a while, but I finally picked up some of her stuff last year and I've really been enjoying it. And I love to support not only Black business, but Black women owned business. Yeah, Shanette, I don't have kids, so I don't fully understand the outrage. I was just like, okay, well, that's just like one idiot not vaccinating her kid. I mean, herd immunity, okay, as long as the rest of us aren't idiots and are vaccinated and vaccinating our offspring, we should be good, right? Like maybe I'm just not getting it. I guess because she's in a position of influence, that could mean that she's influencing other people to become anti-vax. And I can see how that's a problem and that's irresponsible. But I wasn't like super heated about her. Like, and I also think part of it is living in LA, working in show business and stuff. Kevin D is not the first anti-vaxxer I've come across. I've come across plenty of rich people who are in these weird echo chambers of misinformation and just, and usually when I encounter just like, okay, whatever, you know what I mean? I'm not going to change their minds by yelling at them. So I don't know. I didn't fully uh, feel that same outrage that I think most people did where they were, you know, unfollow. I mean, I wasn't following her in the first place. So I guess that's kind of neither here nor there, but that's kind of how I was. Just, I mean, just vaccinate your kids if you feel strongly about it, which you should, because again, we do need herd immunity for it to work. Yeah, Laura, you are right about that because I have seen stories about there being measles outbreaks. So, yeah, in a sense, it's like, oh, hey, Kay, happy early birthday, my birthday twin. Yeah, we're only 2 weeks up. I forgot, Kay, our birthday's on the Super Bowl Sunday this year, which happens, as I'm sure you've noticed, whenever our birthday is on a Sunday, it's the Super Bowl. But this bitch is not going to be watching the Super Bowl because I don't support white supremacist organizations. Yeah, actually, Marissa EDS3, that's actually a great point that I forgot to even bring in. There are people who aren't able to get vaccinations, and that makes it more important for those of us who can get them to get them. So that's actually a great point, too. Again, I think part of the fact that I think part of my ability to kind of compartmentalize that is thank you, Allie. That's so sweet. Yeah, exactly. Good point. Um, herd immunity only works. Okay, this is like separate points, but yes, to what you're saying, and indeed, it's important for those of us who are able to be vaccinated to get vaccinated because it helps protect those who aren't because of autoimmune disorders or whatever else. So that's also a good point. But again, I think it's just the fact that I'm vaccinated. I'm fine. You know, I'm very grateful that I've been vaccinated. I don't fully understand why you wouldn't vaccinate your kids. So it's easy for me to be like, well, that's kind of a dumb choice and then move on with my life. Whereas people with young kids are far more sensitive to how important it is. Does that make sense? I think I am more objective in a bad way about it. Like because it's one of those like, well, doesn't affect me on a weird level. And like, that's not correct. That's not the correct attitude to have. But I feel like that's why when all that was going on and when I've encountered other anti-vaxxers just in life, I've been like, okay, whatever you say. And I just kind of move on because I literally can't do anything about it. And I try not to get super worked up over things that I can't control, you know? Ava, I've heard about this anti-Semitic stuff, but like I need to do some research on this because I don't know anything about that. From what I understand, this is like years ago, and I feel like I came to know Kat Von D through her makeup brand. Like I don't think I knew who she was through that tattoo show or whatever she had. So I came to know her through her makeup brand. So I don't really know about that. I need to do research on that. I mean, I guess it kind of doesn't matter now because like I'm not supporting Kat Von D makeup at this point. But yeah, I need to do some research into that. Oh, her ex-husband was. Oh, not the Jesse James guy or whatever his name was, because he also has issues with like putting on like Nazi costumes and stuff like that. Like he's just a piece of shit in general. Yeah, a cat. Your message was hidden, but I think someone just brought through. Angelo, I think I heard something about that, but again, I'm not super educated on that. Like, I did hear the thing about her husband and his daughter having some weird thing. Someone just mentioned it up thread, but it went so fast. But yes, I don't know why she would marry that man. And like, I'm of two minds about this. I don't know why you would marry someone who says and does these things. On the other hand, she is not responsible for what her husband does. You know what I'm saying? So she's not clean, but she's also not responsible for what he does. So I would only hold her responsible for the accusations of her anti-Semitism that are directly related to her. And God only knows, like, I don't know about that tattoo thing because I'm not super familiar on the details of that at all. Maybe I'm sure people have done YouTube videos on this. I'll have to look some up. Brina Love, is that are you being hyperbolic or is that true? Yeah, Jimin's tiny hands. I mean, if these things are occurring while they're together, she's complicit, or if these things that he's done predate their relationship, then no, she's not. Perhaps again, I don't know the details. This chat is all over the place. Sorry, guys. Daniel, yeah, there's so many makeup brands that there's no reason to be supporting ones that do fuckery. So, one to avoid would be Too Faced, in my opinion. Thank you, Triumphant Tiff. Sherry, I must have missed Jen's video on Kat Von D's apology video. Um, I don't think I really was like paying attention. I vaguely remember like Kat Von D doing an apology video like a year and a half ago, but this was like after she was getting all the backlash for being anti-vax and whatnot. But I don't think I ever watched Kat's video, so I'll have to look up Jen's. That's a good point, Isabel. If people are still roasting Kat Von D for being with Jesse James, why aren't people roasting Sandra Bullock? That's a good question. Because he was the same asshole. I guess because he cheated on her. So maybe people are more sympathetic. I don't know. Okay, was there anything else I wanted to talk about with you guys? This chat is crazy. I think I touched on everything I really wanted to. But yeah, I'll try to respond to some of you guys and stay on a little longer. Yeah, Sandra is America's sweetheart, Hannah. K Vinyl, let me see if I can. Okay. K Vinyl, you are now a moderator. I was able to scroll up and that kind of paused it for me. Pajama, why are you yelling Diva Curl? Are people asking about Diva Curl? Tay Smith, we talked about Nikki tutorials. There's a Diva Curl lawsuit. Isabel, the last movie I saw was Parasite. So I think I talked to you like on one of our Patreon lives since seeing that. I don't think I've seen another movie since. But you know what I just watched was that Aaron Hernandez Netflix docuseries. Wow. Okay, I've been meaning to make you a mod forever. I thought I had done it when we had our last live like on Sunday, like a week ago, but I guess I forgot. Oh, okay. So she never even addressed these accusations, April. Thank you, by the way, April. I'll have to look into this because, again, it's kind of moot now because KVD Beauty, by any name, is kind of done. But I'm super in the dark about this. I honestly wasn't aware of this anti-Semitism history, or at least the accusations of it. Paulette, get out. Are you serious? I gotta look into this. Yeah, Alexis, the Aaron Hernandez doc was really good. I think it's probably up there with the OJ Made in America doc, although a lot shorter, obviously, because the OJ one is so long, but it's so good. Um, yes, Serenity. I love ContraPoints, and I thought her feature-length YouTube video was great. Reality, thank you so much. Of course, of course. It's strange to me. This is something that Adrian Expression talks about a lot, but, obviously I'm a big supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement, but Black lives can't matter until Black trans lives also matter. And this is an ongoing discussion because there's so much of a schism of people, particularly in the Black community, because I feel like there's still so much LGBTQ phobia in the Black community, which is just archaic. And, I don't have much of a platform, but I've got what I've got. And I just want to make sure that I'm making my position clear. So yes, reality, of course. Yes, I love Adrian Expression, Ian. Hey, Allie. Hello, my girl. Yeah, Ajama, I don't care much. I misspoke last time because someone asked me. Thank you, Rebecca. Someone mentioned this on the last live. They were like, "What are my thoughts on Harry and Meghan?" And I misspoke. I said something about them pursuing. They wanted to be independently wealthy, but what they said was they wanted to pursue financial independence. So I misspoke. I'm a human being. I make mistakes. I fuck up. I don't care. Thank you, Nay. That's very generous. I don't care what they do. It doesn't affect me. I do think 100% that the distress that they have put Meghan Markle through has everything to do with her being a biracial woman. Because I know that Kate, the former commoner, didn't go through nearly as much. She did go through her own shit. Don't get me wrong. Sorry, guys, I'm a bit parched. But Meghan Markle has had a disproportionate amount of bullshit thrown at her. And I also wonder how much bullshit they've gotten from the royals. Because if Harry is making such a big move like this to divest himself from such a position of privilege, I'm pretty surprised by it. But I imagine they probably have not been the most welcoming or warm to her. It's just a hunch. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Evidently, they have to pay for their own renovations now at their home because they won't be able to use taxpayer money. I mean, frankly, that's how it should have been in the first place. But you know, we don't have a monarchy here in the States, so whatever. Then again, our taxpayer money plays for plenty of bullshit that it shouldn't here too. In any event, I'm not terribly interested in what the Royals do, and that has not changed for me. I think it's a cool move, a ballsy move. Too early to really say much else for me because I don't know what it entails in the long term for them. I just don't know what that will mean as the years go by. Um, yeah, exactly, Serenity. I agree with you. Yeah, Mariah, he was probably looking for a way out. Exactly. The Royals are simply real estate moguls. Okay. Any good, bad dates? Hannah, they're usually all bad. I mean, I say this all the time, but most first dates are last dates. But I got a date tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not super excited about it. I went out with one guy twice. I don't even know why I went the second time. Like, he's fine, he's nice, but here's one thing that I should say. You know, I do believe in equality and whatnot, but I also believe in chivalry. I went out with this guy twice. He didn't even offer to like buy me a drink. Like, and listen, just because I want the offer doesn't mean I'm going to accept it, but I want the offer. More than likely, I'm like fiercely independent, too independent. In fact, it runs in my family. All the women in my family are just like, we're way too, like, we're all like, I pay my own way. Like, that's how we are. And that's the way I was raised. So it's not even that I'm going to let the man pay for me. But if he doesn't even offer, this is our last date. And I went out with this guy twice. I don't know why I did, because he's trying to split a check on a fucking $6 drink. Okay. Not to mention there was like more of a friend vibe than anything, which isn't helped by going Dutch. So yeah, he texted me again today. I just kind of stopped responding to him. I don't really ghost, but when the conversation reaches a natural breaking point, thank you, Daylin. That's very sweet. When the conversation reaches a natural lull, I kind of allow things to fizzle rather than having to like be direct and be like, hey, I don't think there's anything here. But yeah, he still texted me today after what I thought had fizzled. Apparently had not. Yeah, $6 because we met for a happy hour drink, and the bartender, you know, he gives us our drinks. He's just like together. He goes separate, like assertively. I was just like, wow, okay, okay. Hey, girl, you want to go half on some Chipotle? Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting for a guy to take me to a Costco for free samples as a date. Like, that's where things are heading. I agree, Kay. Like, even amongst friends, I pick up the check all the time just because they're my friends, and I'm more than happy to buy you around. You're my fucking friend. AK lady, I do have higher standards than that, but you don't know that a guy is going to do that until you're on the date. It's too much, man. It's not about going Dutch, it's about the offer. I feel like a gentleman offers. As I said, it doesn't mean I'm going to accept. I probably will pay my own way, but a gentleman offers. Mitzi, we met on one of the apps. I'm not on Tinder. I haven't been on Tinder for like a year. But I also wasn't on any of the apps for a good chunk of last year. I would say probably 10 months I took off, but here we go again. Waste of my time. Ghost him, please. Daishan, you're absolutely right. The offer is more important than whether I actually take it to me. And some guys will insist, which is just like, oh wow, you're you're really chivalrous. That's nice. It's nice to be treated like a lady. Like, I don't think that's shallow. I don't think that's even sexist. Thank you, triumphant tip. I don't think it's sexist to think that a gentleman offers. I just don't. Exactly, Nicole. If he asks me out, he should at least offer to pay. What are my green flags in dating? Well, a green flag is a guy who looks after himself, relatively active. Like, you don't have to be a fitness model, because that usually means you're a bit too try hard in the gym. But someone who like cares about his health, isn't eating at the drive-thru all the time, that kind of thing. No smokers. That's a red flag. That's a deal breaker, in fact. What else is a green flag? Funny, smart. I've had enough dumb ones. We're done with that. Yeah, I don't know. Nikki, Hinge is the app that I am on. I think it sucks, but it's the only one that I'm on right now. Hey, Tosh. Yeah, exactly. Like, I got friends who are making more money than me, and I still offer to pick up around all the time. Okay, I think I have an opportunity to make you a mod, Isabel. Hold on a sec. Ah, God, here we go again. Okay. Okay, Isabel, you're a mod. Tried to do that earlier, but I couldn't get a breath. Serenity, that is an obvious green flag. Yes. Siobhan, I don't think Hinge is that new, because I was on it early last year and I got off it relatively quickly. Imani, I do not do mentorship, no. Serene, it really depends on how things are going with the guy in terms of whether we kiss or not on the first date. In my opinion, if I don't want to kiss you on the first date, I'm not going to want to kiss you on the second. Like, if I'm not interested in kissing you, then we don't need a second date. And there have been plenty of times where, I have kissed the guy or he's kissed me on the first date, and it was lovely. Isabel, I've not done Bumble. From what I've heard from guys, Bumble is largely a lot of women trying to get Instagram followers. So I'm just like, well, I think I'll fucking chill on that for now. Oh, wow. Well, triumphant tip. I think you have a very efficient dating history. It's tricky for me because I don't want kids, and that is a deal breaker type of decision. So, and here's the thing on Hinge, for those of you who are unfamiliar, which is probably most of you, in the fields where you can put like your age, your sex, all that stuff, there's also fields for whether you already have kids. And then there's another field to indicate whether you want kids, you don't want kids, or you're just open to kids, right? I have doesn't want kids right there. I'm up front. Do you know how many guys I get in my likes on a daily basis who blatantly have in their bios wants kids? I'm going to assume that you're an imbecile, or that you're illiterate, or that you're just extremely arrogant and you think you're going to change my mind. Those are the three options. Why are you in my likes? I've actually added it to another field, because the way Hinge works is, rather than just having a blank field where you write whatever you want for your bio, they have question prompts that are meant to kind of inspire more like witty, answers or whatever. And one of them is, you should not go out with me if ... So I swapped out one of my old ones for that, and I added, you should not go out with me if You want kids because I do not. It has not changed. How many? So now it's in my bio twice now that I don't want kids. It's in the field where you put whether you want kids, you open to kids, whatever. And now it's also one of my questions. I'm telling you twice, I don't want kids. Still, every single day, at least 2 guys wants kids in my likes. I'm ready to throw my phone against the wall because I really hate having my time wasted. Future has left the chat. Oh, comment of the day goes to Nappy Happy Drum Major. Yeah, Alexis, some men are indeed dense. Seriously, maybe I should change one of my biopics to just text that says, I don't want kids. The arrogance, Tiff. You haven't had it put down that good. No, this is my life plan. I've been unwavering about this since I was a kid. Never wanted them. Don't want them more than ever now. Like, I am more confident than ever that I do not want them. Thanks, Terry. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Yeah, it's been like 45 minutes. I'm probably going to wrap it up anyway. That's the thing, Labadi. Like, if I wanted to pay for it, which I don't because I actually low-key hate the app, I could actually make that like a deal breaker. So my bio wouldn't even be shown to guys who have wants kids in their preferences, but I refuse to pay just to do that. So I have to like manually delete them. I'm ready to start matching with them just so I can tell them off. Like, learn how to read. Some of them do, Tosh. Some of them do read the bios. The guy I'm going out with tomorrow, like his message to me was like responding to all of my questions or to my pictures and my questions. Like he referenced that he loves dogs. He referenced that he has no interest in kids and like some other random thing. Well, Fuchsia, that's crazy. So you went a different route. You like to be completely upfront from the jump. You know, it's a personal choice I feel like everyone has to make. Isabel, I am down to date older, but I find the older dudes are weirdos a lot of the time. Thank you, Domino. That's good that you're with someone who gets it. Yeah, it's really tiresome, like having to have to deal with people who just, it's so dismissive. Like people just think, you'll change your mind. You don't mean it. I did a whole video on this. It's like, actually, I'm a grown ass woman and my mind is made up. Oh, God. Isabel, I'm pissed that Lupita was not nominated. I'm pissed. Yeah, none of the actors from Parasite were nominated either, which is less surprising because that typically doesn't happen with foreign language films anyway, but whatever. The Oscars gets it wrong every year. Literally every year the Oscars gets it wrong. And the only year they got it right, which is when Moonlight won Best Picture, they still got it wrong and gave it to La La Land accidentally for like 5 minutes. So the Oscars never, ever, ever gets it right. I don't have much, I don't put much stock in award shows at all. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever, here we go again. But it is disappointing that Lupita didn't even get a nomination because unfortunately, a lot of people do still put so much stock in these award shows that are run by decrepit white people who have no clue what is going on. They tend to have very narrow points of view, and that's just the way it is. Paulette, I hated that movie, Uncut Gems. The sound design legit made me sick. I was ready to crawl out of my skin, and I could not wait for that movie to be over. As far as Sandler getting a nomination, someone asked me my opinion on that right after I saw it, because I saw it in December. I don't see it. And I'm not surprised that he didn't get it. Yeah, Kiana, the Oscars are largely to do with politics and relationships, things that are going on behind the scenes, arrangements, all sorts of stuff. It doesn't matter. No, it's too much, man. I don't have a favorite genre. I wouldn't say so. Yeah, Tosh, the Moonlight thing still grates me. My God. Connie, Ray Ray is a mutt. She's like five different things. What you doing? Why are you wagging your tail? Huh? You being nosy? Where are you going? She's so funny. Anyway, I can't spend money on Adam Sandler. I went to one of my matinee shows that was $6. That's how I saw that. Someone just asked, I'm losing it already. What's the process to even be considered for an Oscar? Tiff, you have to there's a committee, which I think is composed of past nominees and winners. If not, I think it might just be past winners, if not winners and nominees. And then in terms of voting, I think the only people who can vote are people in the Academy, which again is either past nominees and winners, and if not, it's only past winners. So it's this like self-perpetuating system of not the most diverse group of people. Yeah, it's a mess. Yeah, Nakia, that's something that has upset a lot of people to this day, is that they gave Denzel his Oscar for Training Day and not for something where he wasn't playing a criminal, basically. A lot of people did not like that. And I find that the Oscars generally has a track record of getting things wrong and then trying to course correct the next year. Like they'll give someone they'll give the wrong person the Oscar one year, and then if that person gets nominated the year later for something where they're not as good, they'll give them the Oscar for that. This happened. One of my favorite examples is with Russell Crowe, which, yes, we know he's an asshole now, but this is back in the day. But he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor in a terrific movie called The Insider. He should have gotten the award. The end. He didn't. They gave it to him next year for Gladiator. Okay. Way to go, Oscars. You've done it again. Oh, Cats. I still haven't seen it, but I actually want to like get wasted and see Cats. I've avoided anyone's reviews. I know Kim It for Harriet did a review of like just how bad it was, but I haven't watched it yet because I want to go and clean. And I think I haven't done this in a while, but I just kind of want to get loaded and see Cats wasted. Sugar Tits guy, I don't know, AO, but maybe. Yes. Yeah, Triumphant Tiff. I did hear about Tyler Perry. That wasn't anything to be proud of. There's a reason that your shows are generally considered to be trashy and guilty pleasures at best. You need more perspective, sir. Um, that's just bragging about pages. Bragging about pages is not impressive to me because, I'm a writer too. And if you need to, you're going to write the pages. I've done so many shows where I've had to write literally hundreds of episodes of them. And after a point, like I'm not proud of the work I did. I just had to do the pages. Being prolific doesn't mean you're producing quality work consistently and across the board. No one cares about your pages, Tyler Perry. Get a writer's room. Movie bus needs to come back. Man, that's probably the last time I got wasted and watched a movie, Maria. Oh, thanks, Ajama. Yeah, this is probably going to get demonetized because YouTube always demonetizes the lives. Even if they get remonetized later, it takes several days, so it doesn't really matter. But thank you. It does help. It does help. And thank you, Gabrielle. I'm going to let you guys go because this one is ready to go OUT. And I'm hungry. I'm still fasting. And some of y'all saw me on Instagram. I was trying to show you guys my workout today, but then I had to become DJ for my gym. So my phone was occupied for the second half of my workout. So I did train today, and I'm still just on water right now, water and a little bit of coffee I had this morning. So I'm ready for some food. So I'm going to end this here. I love you guys. Thank you for chatting, even though I missed, I would say 90% of it because it was going too fast, especially in the beginning when I was talking about the matters at hand. But thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you guys again soon. Special shout out and thank you to all of my mods and all of my Patreon fam who joined this as well. And I will see you guys later this week. I've got a video planned, but I'm not going to tell you what it's about yet. But it's going to be another one where I talk about my observations as a YouTube fan and what I think is an issue in content creation on this platform. So I'll see you guys soon and enjoy the rest of your, hopefully, day off. Bye. Oh, and before I go, never trust anyone with a Morphe code.